Hey, what up? What up? Gonna make a quick video. Today's a big day. Ryan Garcia, Tank Davis, the big mega fight. Very excited for this fight. Was a fight that should be made and was important to be made. Never mind the fact that we also have other big fights out here. We got Loma Haney. We just had Benavidez, Caleb Plant a couple weeks ago. We got Stephen Fulton and Anyway coming up. What else we got? What else? I know we got some other big fights. We got hopefully Terrence Crawford and Spence coming on later this year. Hopefully that get made. Hold on, what else we got? Today's a big year. We got a lot of big fights happening. I know I'm missing a couple probably, but all in all, we got some big fights coming up, and this is probably going to be the biggest of this year, probably, especially on a monetary aspect of it. It's definitely going to generate probably the most money this year, and the fights that's been happening in a couple of years. This is going to generate a lot because both of these fighters draw a lot of fans with the amount of fans that they garner from both sides. But yeah, this is a big fight. It's at a catch weight at 136. And it has a rehydration clause. Let me first touch on that rehydration clause fiasco, if I would say. First, I don't understand the big deal of the whole rehydration clause, because for this one reason is that the rehydration clause, if I'm not mistaken, is on both sides, if I'm not mistaken. And it's a 10-pound rehydration clause. So I understand that. But after, he has to weigh in twice. So obviously he weighed in yesterday at 135. So he came underweight. He said he can't make 135. He came under, but it is what it is. But it's a 10-pound rehydration clause, so he can only go up 10 pounds. But what the kicker is that people don't understand, or what is not being mentioned, that it's 10 pounds until the morning or the time of today. It's only 10 pounds until that point on. So if he weighs in this morning at 8 o'clock at 146 or 145, whatever he comes in, after that he can rehydrate into whatever weight he wants to. So he can go up to 150, 160, or whatever. So it's not like he's gonna come into the ring at 146 or 145. He's gonna come in the ring bigger than that. So I wouldn't take that whole situation to be so serious. And if Ryan, if he was so worried about the rehydration clause, he should just came in, made the fight at 135, and he'll just rehydrate into however he wants to. I mean, he came in at 135.5. You can't tell me he can lose 0.5 and then rehydrate to whatever. Come on, this is basically a 135-pound fight. Tank came out at 35.1, or I don't know, something. Ryan came out at 135.5, so he still could have made 135 and then rehydrate into whatever weight, and he would never have that rehydration clause in the situation or in this fight. But yeah, that's what it is. He can rehydrate after he weighs in today. So after the second weigh-in of today, which could be at whatever time, I don't know if it's the morning, afternoon, he can rehydrate to whatever weight he wants to. He won't be 146 in the actual ring. So I had to get that out the way. In terms of prediction, it should be a very interesting fight. It should be very interesting on how both fighters come in. My prediction is obvious. I got Tank winning. I think he's gonna stop Ryan Garcia, but it should be interesting on how he gets it done, though. You get what I'm saying? Ryan's rangy, taller guy. Likewise, Rolly was, and Mario Barrios and some of his other competitors. So Tank is not. It's not new territory for Tank to be fighting someone that's bigger than him or taller or whatever. Um, it should be interesting to see how he gets it done. Um, to let's say to Ryan, I mean to Tank's advantages is I think he has, or I know so he has better footwork, better defense. Um, I think he's going to control the pace of the fight. I don't think Ryan is going to. Yeah, Ryan's might be a more active fighter in terms of his activity and punch output, but I don't think he's going to have that output that he think or some of his people think he's going to have. People are going to say that he's going to win the first half of the fight. Some people think that. I think it's going to be very similar to the Rolly fight. I think both fighters are going to respect each other's power, and I think it's going to be on Tank's favor or Tank's in Tank's favor. I think he's going. I think Tank's. I think Ryan's going to give Tank that respect to the point that it's going to be at Tank's pace. If you get what I'm saying. A lot of people say like, "Oh, Tank doesn't. He doesn't have a high punch output. He doesn't have a high punch output." Yeah, depending on the fight, depending on the fight, he adjusts to his fight or what fight he depending on the opponent, he adjusts to it. So, for example, for the Cruz fight, Isaac Cruz fight, he had a higher output. He had to because he had one hand and the type of opponent he was facing. I didn't think Isaac Cruz. Not that Isaac Cruz didn't respect his punching power, respect him, but Isaac Cruz was determined. And I don't think the last two opponents, not that they weren't determined, but they had a lot more respect for it. That's why they had a lot more respect for Tank. And so when people talk about this, oh, he has a low punch output. Yeah, he might have a low punch output, but he's slowing down his opponent output because they respect him that much. Rolly respect him that much. Hector respect him that much. You feel what I'm saying? And so when people say he doesn't have a high punch output, I think it depends on the situation, the fighter he's fighting, and them just and it's good for him because it's not a detriment to him because they're respecting him. You get what I'm saying? They're not punching that much either. You get what I'm saying? It's not like Rolly was throwing like 40, 50, 60 punches around. No. He respected that. Their punch output, Tank and Rolly was comparable. Same with Hector, if I'm not mistaken. And so when people say he doesn't have a high punch output, I guarantee you Ryan Garcia's punch output is not going to be that high too if Tank is going with that kind of rhythm. And so if Tank goes with that rhythm, it's going to be in favor of Tank. I'm telling you, it's going to be in favor of Tank. If Ryan, I'll tell you this, if Ryan has a game plan, he better, I don't want to say start out fast, but at the same time, the more you give Tank the time to assess the situation, assess the fight, it might be to his detriment. You know what I'm saying? It might be to his detriment. Same thing with but at the same time, if Ryan comes out fast, that might be to his detriment too. And I think that's just because Tank is that much better than Ryan as a boxer, especially just all around. Now, I don't think I'll be surprised if Tank forces the fight at some point especially early. I'll be surprised if early Tank pushes the fight to force Ryan to fight on his back foot. Now, I could see that more on the later half, the middle to the late half of the fight. I could see him pushing the pace like that. But early into the fight, I can't see that happening. Now, if he does do that, I'll be very surprised. Not only will I be very surprised, I'll be very impressed for him. That'll be impressive to me, in my opinion. That means that means he'll be warmed up. He'll be confident. He'll figure them out. He will then figure them out already. But I don't think he's going to press the fight or push the fight and trying to make Ryan fight on his back foot in the first half of the fight. I don't think so. Just not yet. I think after 6, after 6 rounds, start warming up, I think he'll start pushing the fight a little bit. I think the first 6 rounds is going to be in the middle of the ring for the most part. I don't see that happening. But like I said, if that does happen, I'll be very surprised. And I don't think Ryan has the boxing ability to fight on his back foot like that. Have we seen Ryan fight on his back foot before? Yeah, a little bit. I've seen it a little bit, but not on the level of Tank, going side to side. We see him go straight up and down. That's for the most part. But side to side, we've never do that. We never see him do pivots. We've never seen Ryan do any of that kind of stuff. So I don't think he has that in his toolbox. I don't think he has that. And if Tank forces him to where he has to fight on his back foot, it could be very, very dangerous for Ryan. It could be very dangerous for him. He could be in very dangerous territory. Because it's Tank. Tank is different, and I don't think Ryan is comfortable fighting on the back foot like that. I don't. He may be able to do that against some lower tier opponents, and the lower tier opponents is only going to force him to fight at one kind of angle. They're not going to force him to try to pivot. I don't think he has that in his toolbox. I think the best thing that Ryan has is his left hook, his jab. He has a pretty good jab. I've seen him use that in his last fight versus Fortuna. It's very fast. It's sharp. It looks pretty good. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's the best thing he has going for him is his jab and his left hook. But then he has defensive flaws too. So we'll see. This fight is very, I can't see it going. I can see it going past. It's tough. Because I think actually Rolly was more of a, I think Rolly even though Rolly wasn't that good to me, and he's an alright fighter. I think Rolly was more of a trickier fighter than Ryan to me, in my opinion. And I think Tank finished him in 6. I don't know. I got Tank knocking him out, but I don't know where. It's tricky. If he stops him early, I wouldn't be surprised. But then again, it's like, dang, should I give Ryan just a little more benefit of the doubt? That's what I'm looking for. I just don't know when and where. I don't know when and where. I'll give him the benefit of the doubt to go from six on. That's when Tank is gonna take him out, because I don't think Tank is gonna start off fast. I don't. Not saying that he doesn't have that in him, but I don't think he's just gonna take. Because Tank is patient, and I think he wants to take some. He's gonna take his time. And I think he's gonna respect his power. Like, I think he's always gonna respect his power, and so he's gonna take his time. I think he's gonna get him out the second half of the fight. Second half, but I don't think it's gonna be late though. I said mid to like 7 to 8 rounds. Within 7 to 8 rounds, he'll take him out. He'll take him out because I don't think Ryan has any more to his toolbox. I don't think he's sophisticated enough as a boxer, as a fighter, to go to the later rounds or even go to a decision. I don't think so. If it goes to decision, I'm still taking Tank. I don't know why people say they think that Ryan can actually win a decision against Tank. Come on, man. I don't see that happening. But yeah, I'm gonna say 7 to 8 rounds. I'm gonna give him the benefit of the doubt and say Tank stops him. Probably. Shoot, it could be going forward at one point, because I think at some point, I'll say somewhere at some point, it's not gonna be a counter. I think at some point he's gonna push a fight. He's not gonna push a fight early, but somewhere within the middle rounds, he's gonna start to get comfortable and start pushing the fight. And he's gonna get him and Ryan Garcia on his back foot and stop him. I think so. That's what's gonna happen at some point. I don't see it being a counter, although it can be a counter, but I don't see Ryan Garcia trying to press Tank Davis, but I do see Tank Davis pushing Ryan Garcia at some point. I don't see Ryan pushing the fight, like trying to press Tank. I see Tank pressing Ryan Garcia at some point in this fight, though, and that's what's going to stop him. So that's my prediction. Please like, comment, subscribe. I got Tank stopping Ryan Garcia between 7 to 8 rounds. And that's my prediction, man. Please like, comment, subscribe, and I'll holler at y'all later.